Hey guys, it's Tape the Grape, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my dad's vehicles. The reason is because, well, his main daily driver, his 2008 Pontiac G6, well, it bit the dust. I mean, not fully, I don't exactly know. The other day, about a week ago, he was driving it. Don't mind the license plate. That's what he's into. That doesn't represent what I'm into. Just letting you know, if you have something bad to say about me, that's not mine. But anyway, so, he drives this daily, obviously, but the last week or so, we don't know if it's a transmission or what, but he can barely get it up past 30 miles an hour. Sorry for the wind noise, but yeah, it's either got a bad transmission or, now I haven't personally driven it, so I don't know if it's the engine will go up, but the trans won't let it, or if the engine just won't rev up, and then that would probably be an engine issue to where it won't get up to speed. But I don't know for certain. So he's been having to drive, his Dodge, his 89 Dodge Ram. But the issue with that early this morning at like 5 a.m., I had to go help him because all the way down the road, I'm going to walk there. It's going to take a little bit because it's about 3 blocks down there, and one of them's a long block. So I'm about halfway down there. Of course, there's the hospital right there. And all the way down there. Let's hope this new phone doesn't have that zooming issue that my old phone does. You probably barely see it. It's down there. Alright, and so as you can see, right here on the corner of Rockton and Lawndale, it died on him this morning. I told you about 5 a.m. I got a call and had to help him. Of course, you might be able to see flashing lights down there. That's where I live, all the way down there. But anyway, yeah, it died, so I've come in here right now to see if I can start it. But first of all, before then, I'm going to see if I can hear the fuel pump. See if it's a fuel pump issue. It's either fuel or spark, if I had to guess. Or it's just not happy right now. I really don't know. I don't think it's necessarily the cold, because it was a lot colder the other day, and it was starting just fine. So, and he just got a new battery for it too, because he was driving it few days prior and the battery died on him. I had to help him jump start it, and sorry, I have no idea what that person honking was. I don't know if it was for me or someone else, but anyway, so I had to help him jump start it, and he got a new battery, and it's been fine just ever since. But now wouldn't start at all this morning. He got it started and drove it down the road this distance. It's kind of reminiscent of the Blazer acting up. My fiance drove it around the block and it died. So could it be a distributor too? Could it be a fuel pump? Could it be something different? Who knows? But let's try and listen for a fuel pump and then try and start it. Alright, I'm going to try and listen for a fuel pump. I know this has that buzzer sound. So I do believe I heard the fuel pump. Alright, so I talked to my dad. Yes, he does want me to try and drive it home, but I realized my seat's way too far up, and I thought it was too far back, but now it's way too far up, so just give me a second. Alrighty then, here we go. I think it's in drive. Shift thing down there is kind of messed up a little. I know the brakes are pretty hard on this thing. They're like soft and hard. They're hard to press, but also really soft at the same time. Well, hopefully it don't die on us in the short trip we have to get back home. Let's see real quick. Brakes. Hopefully you can see at least something. Got you all the way back. I do hope you can see something that's not just blank. Try and get the steering wheel and the windshield so you can at least see somewhat out the windshield a little bit. I realized the hood's popped too. I wonder if that was from this morning and my dad forgot to close it. I'll do that in a bit once I get home. Well, after the stop sign, we're probably about halfway home. Again, it wasn't that far, but it took a little bit for me to walk that distance. So nobody likes to plow or shovel their sidewalk, so it's covered in snow. I was slipping half the way. It's running just fine right now, though. Could just be because it's a, what is it, a 35-year-old truck, 89, I think that's 35, maybe 36. I don't know, you can probably do the calculations. Yeah, and I know the front caliper, when I drove this to work, when I used this as my spare vehicle, a year ago, the front right caliper was sticking. This one, my dad never got it fixed, so it's probably still sticking. What else? What else could it be? What else does it need? It needs, like, throttle body work, probably, because it has trouble starting sometimes. Needs a bunch of little things here and there. Needs a new windshield wiper motor. That went out. What else? Has no radio. That's how it was when he got it, though. My arm's getting tired, and therefore I'm slacking on showing you what's going on. But anyway, let me park up real quick. And I think it also needs a, if not a fuel pump, it definitely needs a fuel sending unit. Might as well do the fuel pump at the same time because the fuel gauge doesn't work sometimes. I think it's accurate now, though. Sometimes it'll show empty. But anyway, well, I totally didn't expect it to start, but it's a good thing it did. But my dad's plans for them, well, anyway, my dad's plans for them is he's just going to plain ass simple have to fix them. He's not going to get rid of them. They're his vehicles, obviously. That's his daily driver. This is his baby. I've mentioned this before. This was two of my uncles and one of my aunts, and now it's my dad's, and it'll eventually be mine. So, oh yeah. I mean, with only, what, 65,000 original miles now, I think. But then again, the engine's not in the best condition. It was a farm truck that hauled horse trailers. Already had to get the transmission rebuilt in it once. But regardless, he's not getting rid of this one, that's for sure. In fact, when I end up getting it and I have a little bit of money, I'm thinking about maybe, if not rebuilding the engine, then at least getting the carburetor work and, well, it's a throttle body, but, you know, the upper end all redone and stuff. Shoot, maybe if I'm more well off, then I'll even, you know, put a little more effort into it and get more stuff done to it. But anyway, it's a really nice truck. It's a shame he had to drive it in the winter, though. You see all the nasty corrosive salt on it. Otherwise, it was barely had any rust on it, maybe a little bit of surface rust. But once it gets warmer out and he trusts it enough to go through the car wash, I'm going to have him, or even I'll take it to the car wash, who knows. But regardless, so yeah, he's actually going to have his friend, the same guy who ended up ordering the fuel pump for the Blazer for me, that was originally going to put the fuel pump in the Blazer for me, but he's going to have him pick this truck up today and take it to his house and hopefully figure out. But well, now that it started, I don't know if that's the same plan, but that's the same case with the G6 as well. But that one might be a transmission failure, so that one might not be, you know, in the budget to fix now. But regardless, that's what's going on.